Welcome to this episode of Best of America by Horseback. I'm Tom Seay with Kristen Bisco. On this show, we're going to take you to an all-new location in Alaska, America's last frontier. We're going to have a great time riding horses with their friends.
We're going to ride in Skagway with Alaska X and get to ride by one of the deepest fjords in the world.
Actually, it's so deep, it's deeper than the Empire State Building.
Plus some.
We're going to take you to the mushers camp where they raise the puppies and they just love to pull those sleds and run. It's a way of life here that we're not familiar with. You're going to love seeing the puppies and how they do what they do. You might want to notice the icebergs going past us. We're going to take you to the Dawes Glacier. You're going to love that. We have great footage of that as well.
We're also going to take you on a horse-drawn trolley ride in Victoria, which is a great way to see the town.
So sit back and relax and enjoy Best of America by Horseback as we take you to the last frontier in America, Alaska.
On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, we are going back to Alaska with viewers to a new riding location in Skagway, riding with Alaska X. The ride takes visitors through the dense Tongass forest and emerges out into a meadow full of wild purple iris with a view of the Lynn Canal, one of the deepest and longest fjords in the world. We will ride along with viewers who traveled with us to Alaska on our June 2017 cruise to the last frontier. We will also visit Tracy's Arm, a beautiful scenic voyage past icebergs, wildlife, and hundreds of waterfalls to view ancient glaciers. Our last stop will be in Victoria, British Columbia, where our group toured the town by horse-drawn trolleys. Our first stop on this year's cruise with viewers to Alaska is to ride horses in Skagway with Alaska X.
First thing we do is we pick you up from your cruise ship at the docks and take you from Skagway to Dyea. It's about a 30-minute drive.
And it's probably one of the most beautiful drives. We take them along this cliffside and you see the ocean, you're in the woods, and we have mountains, and it just is stunning.
On the way through town, the drivers give a nice talk on the history of the town and local landmarks you may want to visit after the ride. Alaska X's emphasis on safety for the riders was evident upon arrival. Every rider was fitted with a riding helmet. Yes, even the cowboys in the group gave up their hats for the safety helmets. Taylor, a fan of Best of America by Horseback and Horseback Guide with Alaska X, gave a detailed demonstration on reining, stopping, and controlling your horse on the ride.
If you do get a horse that gets their head down, you're going to do what we call the sweet action move. You push your hands all the way down those reins.
You're going to be with their riders today on the ride. In your heart of hearts, what do you hope you're going to see? What do you hope they're going to see on the ride?
Well, I really hope we see a brown bear. That's a big, exciting point on the ride. Sometimes they're shy and don't come out, but, and then seeing the eagles out in that big, wide open area, it's kind of like, hey, we're in America. It just, brings you back, and it's very surreal.
Guides assign each rider a horse and tell them their horse's name.
You are going to be
Don't
on...
say limit, okay?
You're not going to be on limit. You're going to be on Peaches.
Peaches, I love it. Yeah.
And then you get Sabbath. Sabbath. And then you are going to be on Spirit.
Once everyone is on their horses, stirrups are adjusted and cinches are checked. They head out into a dense rainforest.
What are they seeing today? Kind of describe what they're seeing on this ride.
So we do it's a 2.5 mile ride out to the flats and then 2.5 miles back, so a total of 5 miles, a loop. The majority of it we go through the woods here, the Tongass National Rainforest. You'll see a bunch of the plants, the berries. We have tons of plants and berries here. The guides will tell you about the area, the history of the town of Dyea. It was a gold town.
The whole area of Skagway and Dyea back during about 1897 to 1899 or so, just had this tremendous influx of people. No gold was ever actually found in the Skagway or Dyea area. It was merely the staging area for people to head up into the gold fields of the Klondike. So, they'd float in off of the fjord here. They'd bring their boats in. Sometimes the boat would come in as far as it could on high tide. People would throw their belongings overboard, wait for low tide, go gather them up, collect themselves, and then head up the Chilkoot Trail up into the Klondike gold fields. The Chilkoot Trail was the main trail that everybody, the stampeders, would take to get up into the gold fields. Around mile 13 there, within that mile, it rose 1,000 feet in elevation. So there's tremendous old photos, historic photographs of people carving steps into the ice in order to be able to climb and summit this mountain. The area behind us that the horseback tour goes through is part of the Klondike Gold Rush National Historic Park. Rides by the old town site, has a few false fronts for the buildings left there, but beyond that, not much. People were resourceful back then when the town died. They picked everything up and took it with them.
What are we looking at behind us?
Behind us here, this is the Lynn Canal. It's actually the largest fjord in North America. It runs about 90 miles from Juneau, Alaska, up here to Skagway, Alaska at the northern end. Pretty impressive. You could stand the Empire State Building up in it and you wouldn't be able to see the top.
Riders emerge out of the rainforest among fir trees and meadows full of wild iris.
The view is magnificent. I mean, that's why you come to Alaska for those types of views.
So nice.
God's artwork, for sure. I loved looking up the valley, up when we turned around, looking at the big mountains with the snow caps. That was gorgeous. The guides were good, the horses were good. You couldn't ask for anybody. It was just awesome.
For me, when we got out to the field and you could just see the scenery, it was just unbelievable. And the folks were just really, really great that were the guides.
You're just in love with this place.
Oh, how can you not be? I mean, just look around you. You can see, you just had beautiful out here. The wild irises are in bloom, perfect, nice, cool day for getting out in the outdoors, and everybody's happy. You're on vacation, you're having a great time.
We brought people from all over America to come here to trail ride. Probably the most well-kept horses I've ever seen. They're
Thank
just
you. That's fabulous to hear.
well kept. But you're really the last great place in Southeast Alaska, is that right?
Yes, correct. We're the last remaining horseback tour in Southeast Alaska here. I think a lot of it has to do with just the remoteness of Southeast Alaska in general. You have to come down through Canada with any of your feed and your horses and things like that, and so it's a tough place to keep horses. But like you said, we take pride in what we do and make sure the horses are fat and sassy and ready for a good time.
It's kind of relaxing out there, isn't it? Kind of peaceful as you go through that forest.
It is. Very much. Yeah.
I was noticing how huge some of those trees were.
Everything was so green.
So you got to ride in Alaska.
That's right, Alaska.
Not a lot of people have ridden up here. Yes. You can mark this off your bucket list.
Absolutely. Maybe I'll put it back on so I can do it again.
Oh, that'll be good.
The ride was wonderful. Our guides were great. We couldn't be happier with it.
Beautiful Alaska. Can't beat it. Come and see it for yourself.
Yeah.
If you come to Alaska, this is who you have to ride with. This is the company you have to ride with. They are absolutely the very best. We'll be right back.
Best of America by Horseback is in Skagway, Alaska, riding horses with Alaska X on their Chilkoot Horseback adventure. Viewers who joined us on this Alaskan adventure rode horses through the thick Tongass rainforest, the largest national forest in the country. They also rode past remnants of what was once the gold rush town of Dyea, a staging area along the famous Chilkoot and Klondike Gold Rush trails. and out into a meadow filled with wild iris and views of snow-capped mountains along the beautiful Lynn Canal.
Great time, beautiful scenery, just cool weather, just couldn't have asked for anything more. The folks that were hosting, the young ladies who were the trail bosses, I guess you would call them, they did a fantastic job, gave us a really good time.
I like getting into the flowers in the meadow.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
That was really pretty.
It was very great. It was beautiful. The scenery was beautiful. The horses were well behaved. Everybody just had a good time. And I'm finally going to cross something off my bucket list because I rode a horse in Alaska.
Oh, it was exciting. Going through the forest is just unbelievable. It's so beautiful. The horses are well kept. They stay there. They're really nice. They're well trained.
And my horse, Peaches, was a peach.
And Sabbath, he was the sweetheart of the trail today.
You really care about them getting the full essence of the ride. Is that pretty fresh?
Yes, when we're on the ride, we have a front guide and a back guide, and the back guide's just talking to everybody, seeing where they're from, seeing what they've done on their trip. We really want to have that connection and just get you away and let you enjoy the peacefulness and the quietness of the woods out here. And just kind of making it chill and fun, and we come back and have a campfire and drinks with everybody and hang out until the next group comes. So
It was great. It was fun.
Now, be honest with me. How many times did you think along that ride, I wish I had a grandchild with me on this ride?
Oh, that'd be great. That would have been beautiful. She would have loved it.
When I was riding through the woods, and quiet, and around those big, big trees, just really impressed me. You enjoy that part?
Yes, all of it actually. It was beautiful. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it again. It was fun.
You enjoyed it?
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely fantastic. Wonderful, beautiful, beautiful ride.
Did you see the cruise ship leaving?
I did.
We're going to have to ride horses back
I
to the
know, I'm excited. Which one are you going to ride?
Doesn't bother you at all, does it?
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me.
When you saw the cruise ship leaving in the background, it didn't bother you?
Not until you pointed it out and said that that was our cruise ship that I thought, would they really leave us? Because I didn't know what time we were supposed to be back there tonight.
Phil said if I took a horse and was going to ride back to the States, he'd go with me. I kind of think you'd jump on one and go too.
I would like that, you know, I mean, when you talk about seeing America by horseback, just to be out there and be free and to ride, you know, kind of unrestricted, you know, and just take your time. I mean, there's a lot of natural beauty out there, and when you can see it by horseback, you know, you take the time to enjoy it.
I had a real good time.
We did! We had a real good time.
What was the best part?
What was the best part? The fact that I was riding a 30-year-old horse who was energetic. I thought that was just cool, so cool. I like going through the woods. I'm a woods person.
It was nice through there, nice wide trails.
Nice wide trails. People were polite.
When we got out to the opening, it was pretty awesome, wasn't it?
Yes, it was gorgeous, the mountain view.
If you had to retire today and you're sitting on the front porch in a rocking chair and a little kid runs up and says, tell me your most exciting day, the most memorable guest, the best of it all, what would it be?
So last year we were out on a ride and we went out to the flats where we're going, and this brown bear, it was when the salmon were running, out there eating, and nobody saw it, but I could see it because you kind of spot out things as a guide. And I knew it was eating the salmon, and all of a sudden it just jumps up real big and has salmon in its mouth, and every guest had their camera out. It was just awesome, and they all got on the bus. It was the best day they've ever seen. They're like, Alaska, Alaska. So yeah, very awesome.
We'll be right back on Best of America by Horseback. We're at the Mushers Camp here in Alaska with my new little friend who wants to go horseback riding with us. We're with Alaska X. They don't do it any better anywhere than what they do right here with horseback riding, puppies, zip lines, and just the great outdoors. We'll be right back. It's okay.
Best of America by Horseback is in Skagway, Alaska, riding horses with Alaska X on their Chilkoot horseback adventure. Alaska X also has dog sled rides. As a participant, you're actually helping with the summer training program of their dog sled teams. We visited their mushers camp to meet the newest litter of puppies and to talk to their knowledgeable dog handlers. Guests get to handle and play with these puppies. They believe this early socializing is important to their growth and future athletic success.
Can you spot the personalities in these dogs as to who is going to be the best team player, leader?
Mushers are constantly observing the pups, even younger than this, when their personalities start coming out, say 4, 5, 6 weeks old. There's very specific team positions on the line, so there's a place for everyone. So this whole thing about being a runt or being timid or being aggressive doesn't really matter, because there's always a place for them on the team. In general, I'd say the sort of shy, timid, good concentrators who aren't too easily distracted tend to be up front toward the team, especially in the lead position. And a lot of the rowdy boys who are easily distracted toward the back.
After leaving Skagway, our ship set course for Tracy's Arm Fjord, about 45 miles south of Juneau. This is one of the favorite destinations along any Inside Passage cruise. This long, narrow waterway is lined on both sides with steep mountains, literally jutting up right out of the water. Carved by millions of years of glacier movement, the fjord is hundreds of feet deep. Floating ice, ranging from small ice chunks to icebergs the size of a several-story building, can make navigating these waters a challenge. Bald eagles, black and brown bear, whales, and harbor seals are frequently seen here. Hundreds of waterfalls created by melting snow and ice cascade down into the jade-colored sea. When the ship reaches the glacier, it stops to let passengers experience the quiet beauty of the area. Our last stop on this year's Alaska cruise with Best of America by Horseback viewers was Victoria, British Columbia. This Canadian island is known for its flower gardens. Our group took horse-drawn trolleys to see the sights around this historic and beautiful city.
Thank you so much for watching Best of America by Horseback. If you would like to join us on a trail ride around the country somewhere or find out what we're doing, our schedule, how do they do it?
You can visit our website, bestofamericabyhorseback.com, click on the Rides and Events page, and be sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube, Best of America by Horseback.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.